Hey guys, this is Demi. What are we doing here? I don't know. Oh right, we're actually getting done on my list of things to do. So number one of my things, whatever. I'm tired. The first thing on my list of things to do is to answer Atheist Aussie's questions, and I'm honestly sorry I didn't. It's not that I haven't gotten around to, well, I haven't gotten around to it, obviously. But other than being tired and busy with work, it's like I don't even have plan on playing video games anymore. Like that's pretty ridiculous. Um, okay, so that being said, I'm doing the five five Macabre facts, Macabre for anyone that reads English or something. So basically, what is the haps is that I was tagged by Atheist Aussie, and I'm answering those questions that he posed. So let's just hop right in. Number one, if you were a serial killer, what kind of serial killer would you be? The first serial killer that jumps to mind, I'm just seeing if this is recording. My hair's all looking like crazy, like mad scientist thing going. That's pretty fancy. What was that? Oh, right, serial killers. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. The first one that jumps to mind is the Buffalo Bob Buffalo guy from Silence of the Lambs. You know what I mean. You know who I mean. I wouldn't want to be him, but I like what he was doing. It was really creepy and dark in his basement. Pretty fancy. If I had to be any psycho killer guy person, I'd probably pick the guy from Seven, that Kevin Spacey. He was pretty fancy. Yeah, that's about right. Probably kill my victims in like really intricate ways with like torture of whatever they were doing that pissed me off. Okay, so number one. Number two, if you were caught and sentenced to death, what method would you prefer? I prefer something probably like something grandiose like firing squad. That'd be awesome. All the like soldier guys get into their fancy little outfits and they like take me behind the shed and like line up. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I want that. I guess moving on. Yeah, I'm tired. Number three. If you had to choose between the lives of everyone in the world and your family, which would you choose? I'd like to say all the people in the world, just because the more outweigh the less or something. But honestly, if it really came down to it, I'd probably pick my family. I mean, the family is pretty much who you're interacting with the most throughout your life. This is how you interact with reality. This is how you judge your relationship. This is how you learn. And honestly, I have no real personal connection with the rest of the world, except the few people that I communicate with on a regular basis, like friends and such. But the world as a whole is a nameless entity to me. It doesn't really. I mean, I don't want people to die, but there's no real consequence to me in a literal sense for people not to. If that makes sense. So if it came down to it, I'd probably pick my family. Number four, if you had to choose between $10 million and the life of the most elderly person in your family, which would you choose? I'm trying to think of all the elderly people in my family. I don't really have a whole bunch left. The last one is actually pretty sick, and she's pretty old also. I I don't know if I don't know if this would be a toss up so much per se. I don't know if that makes me a bad person for saying it's a toss up. It's just this is what I'm thinking. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but the only thing that would put pause to this idea is that it's not that woo, I'd be getting money, fancy pants. That's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about what that money could do for the family that has the rest of their lives to live. Like, with that money, I could get my mom out of debt, put my nephews through college, stuff like that. Buy myself a house, for me and my future family. Um, that's the only thing I could give pause to that question. Um, I mean, I wouldn't go out and kill my elderly person. Obviously not. But that's the only thing that I would be thinking about. And that's the best way I can answer that question. So number 5, last one. If you could permanently ban one YouTube user, which would it be? Well, honestly, I don't think I would ban a YouTube user. I mean, that's not the point of YouTube, honestly. I mean, YouTube to me was about freedom of speech, of where you could go to say whatever you wanted to, or whatever you needed to say to the world, what you had to get off your chest, or what you wanted to discuss, what you wanted to talk about. And with all these false DMCA bullshit going on, everyone has lost the meaning of YouTube. The point is that you can disagree with someone, and that's allowed. That's the fancy pants thing about democracy and freedom of speech. Just because you hear someone saying something that you don't like doesn't mean that they're not allowed to say it. So what else are we doing? I don't know what else we're doing. How long have I recorded? Camtasia? Tell me this. I don't know. But I think that answers the questions. So, yeah. I guess I also need to make another video talking about some other stuff, so I guess I'll go on to doing that. So that's pretty much the response to AtheistAussie. And again, sorry man, that took so fucking long. Like, ridiculous. Redonkulous. Sorry. But hey, it's done, and bam, there we go. So, thanks for listening to me for the last, I don't know, I have no idea how long that recorded for. Pretty fancy. But thanks for listening, guys, and I guess I'll see you later.